At Omni, we are vision realization specialists. That means you know where you want to go or have a sense of the hill you want to climb to achieve your ultimate vision, but you're not sure the path to take to get there, or even if your team is equipped for that journey. And that's where we come in. We help you figure out the path to that vision. We make sure your team has the capabilities, support, and connectivity to climb that hill with you to ensure that you can truly realize that vision. We do this primarily in healthcare, wellness, and plant-based medicine industries like cannabis and psychedelics, because we believe healthcare is continuing to expand to include a multitude of treatments to help improve patients' lives. And for us, that ultimate summit point, we want to get you there. And we have the skill set, we have the experience and the practice for many, many years of consulting to truly be able to plot that course for you. And especially important, help your team on that journey. So long after that project ends, you have a more effective, joyful, connected team because we were able to support you on that climb. Omni is disrupting our industry by creating environments where we can be our authentic selves. I didn't wake up one morning and think, gosh, the world needs another consulting company. But instead, I am a student of what's broken, what's possible to be fixed, with a deep respect for the legacies of those who came before us, a perspective of balance, fearlessness, and cautiousness with a whole lot of silliness. And it's disruptive because in consulting, you're so often expected to have the answer. And for us, we know our clients will have more information about their business than we do. So we approach those situations with vulnerability and authenticity. And when you are able to be your authentic self, you create magical spaces where other people feel comfortable being their authentic selves. At the end of the day, it means we're not wasting time, energy, and resources trying to conceal and contort ourselves just to hope to have a seat at the table. But instead, we're creating spaces where we can truly thrive in our personal lives, in our work lives. We're also bringing this to our clients, but making sure they're creating environments where their people are more connected and more engaged. So long after our project ends, your team will be more effective and more joyful. One of the things I'm really proud of as being a first-time founder, first-time CEO, is that I'm challenging the myth of the entrepreneur. I think often we have this image of the lone wolf, alpha leader, who's able to have one brilliant idea and create a movement behind it. For me, I don't do this alone. I have an incredible family and friends who support us on this journey, clients who go out of their way to make sure we're successful, a leadership team made up of the three most incredible women and friends and leaders I have ever known. And to me, that is proof of what it is to truly be a great entrepreneur, to not do it alone and to challenge that mythology that you have to, because that is how business is done. We are working internally as a team, but also with our clients to build the most powerful cultures and impactful leaders and teams, because we don't do this alone. We can't do it alone. The purpose is that we're building and growing together. Something that I'm incredibly proud of here at Omni is we recently were selected for a piece of work. We were chosen over an incumbent company and the big player in consulting, McKinsey. And we were told we were chosen for that work because we had humanized a process. The process, that's something that is very typical in any healthcare company. And that really meant a lot to us because when we think about the value we bring, that is our differentiator. Big consulting firms will promise you great consulting work because they train their teams in the foundations in an incredible way. I personally was a beneficiary of that. I worked for a big consulting firm and learned my skill set there. I also worked for a mid-sized firm that talked about having a great culture and that happy people deliver good work. And I was the beneficiary of that as well. But why settle? Why settle for either of those things when our approach is we deliver great consulting work. We hire our consultants from those big firms who have that experience. Yes, we have a great culture as well, but we ensure you have a great culture at the end of that project, that your team is happier, more effective, more connected, and we're humanizing all of the things we deliver because we know at the end of the day, everything requires a human touch. And so we're ensuring you are set up for success. What makes me excited about being an entrepreneur is something that I've always believed in. Ever since I was a kid, I have thought entrepreneurs were absolute rock stars because they're building something from nothing. And I really found my passion for building people and businesses in my first role as a people leader many years ago. And I found that so much of what happens in business is we're asked to fit into a certain mold. And I used to have a poster in my office that was a picture of a tree and it had a cartoon fish at the bottom. And it said, if you ask a fish to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life believing that it's stupid. And to me, that was the experience I had been in. Companies that were asking me to be something that I wasn't or lean into weaknesses that really I didn't feel the need to build up. And so when I think about being an entrepreneur, it's about creating those spaces where people can truly lean into their strengths. We're putting the fish in the water so they can really realize their true potential. And I think that is my true superpower, seeing in other people what they don't even yet see in themselves. One of the best pieces of advice that I have received as an entrepreneur is that comparison is the thief of joy. And what I mean by that is when you're looking in your rearview mirror about what your competition is up to, they are zooming past you. Instead, I still show up every day to run my race, to be a competitor, but rather than leading with that comparison and fear and scarcity, I choose to lead through purpose and joy.